Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, the follow-up movie to the initial entry, Venom. From 2018, I believe the movie came out. Now, a lot of reviewers are going in and saying that, hey, if you like the first one, you're going to really like this one. Probably even more. And if you didn't, you might not like this one. And I'm here to say, kind of rings true, believe it or not. Like, going in, I wasn't the hugest fan of the first one. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest comic book movie since sliced toast. This is amazing. I was kind of on the fence, like, it's all right. It's kind of goofy. Action was pretty decent. Some funny parts, some jokes don't land. Dialogue a little bit awkward. But one thing I noticed in the movie is that the cast, Tom Hardy, he seemed like he was having a blast. And I can say that it does carry over into this film. The cast itself, one of the pros is they all seem like they're having a good time. They know what it is. They know the movie's a little goofy, a little silly. Might not make sense entirely, but hey, come along for the ride. It's going to be a fun one. And that being said, they seem like they're having a blast. From Tom Hardy to Woody Harrelson to his sidekick, I can't remember the actress's name, that's kind of in there. They all seem like they're having a really good time doing what they do. The story, I guess what story? In all honesty, the second movie is, the best word to describe it is lean. It is a leaner version of the first movie. The things you liked in the first movie, they're there. They're present. And the things that you might not liked or slowed down the pace of the movie and made it feel kind of long, it's out of there. This movie comes in at about an hour and 30 minutes, which is short nowadays for a comic book movie, let alone a movie period. They're usually in that hour 45 range if they have a budget such as Venom, Let There Be Carnage. And really, like, and I'm gonna be honest, an experience from this movie is I was like 5 minutes into the movie before I even realized the movie had started. Because the beginning of the movie kind of comes out and comes on similar to a trailer. So I thought I was just watching a trailer to the movie, in all honesty. And then I realized that it kept going on, and I was like, oh, wait, this is the movie. Like, you're pretty much, when you go into the theater, you're strapped into this movie and you're going 100 miles an hour until the end of it. Does not stop, does not breathe. Does it make it a stronger movie? It's going to depend on your preference. Where I feel like it makes the movie lack is in character building and character development. Pretty much, it's like, introduce character here. All right, we on to the next thing. There's not much character building in this movie because this movie is really, like I said, lean. Really lean. If they don't have to explore it, they're not going to. They're on to the next thing. Another weak point on this movie, I would have to say, is the ADR is kind of bad. And with a movie where you have somebody that's essentially talking to themselves, well, now multiple characters that are kind of talking to themselves, the ADR, it's a little rough. It's a little rough. Kind of throws you out of the film here and there, but given that the movie was filming during, a global issue, understandable that the ADR, might suffer a little bit. Another takeaway is kind of the same takeaway I had with the first film. I was going along with the ride. Once we got to the end, it was pretty much two muck oil monsters fighting each other in darkness. and makes the fight scene at the end of the first one hard to enjoy because it's hard to kind of tell what's going on. With this one, it's kind of no different. Maybe it's a little bit better, but still two mud monsters throwing goo and goop and shit like that at each other. So if you're into a CGI clusterfest and it doesn't bother you, then yeah, it's not going to bother you too much. Me, I'm kind of over the whole CGI third act. This thing, I'm a little over it, especially if I could barely tell what's going on. If I was going to grade this movie 1 out of 10, 1 being the best, or 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, it'll probably fall somewhere around a 6.5 to maybe a 7, maybe a 6, depending on the day. So in that 6 to 7 range, which is good. It's above average. I could see people enjoying it. I could see people not liking it. I'm kind of in the middle, just like I was with the first one. But that being said, this is Ron Review and React, and I'm going to be reviewing and reacting to tons of stuff. So please like, sub, share, and comment if you will. I want to get the conversation going. Tell me what your thoughts are on the movie if you've seen it. Or if you haven't, what do you want to view from this movie? What are you expecting from this movie? Oh, so can't go before this. There is a post-credit scene that has huge ramifications. If you follow behind the scenes, you kind of know what's going on. If you don't, some fans of another universe might truly find a nugget of gold with this one at the end. And that's one thing I could say that a certain company does really well, whether you like the movie through and through, you like parts, or you don't like it at all. They generally put a nice little nugget in the movie that will at least make you say, I wonder what they're going to do with that. Now, this movie kind of copies that kind of format, and I think it might work for them because you will leave this theater saying, I wonder what they're going to do with that, and I wonder where that's going. So you know what? Let me just bump this up. Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, 7 out of 10. Like, sub, share. Follow me on Instagram, which I will post the Instagram in the link. Follow me on Twitter, which I will post in the description boxes below. I am new to this, so I'm looking for comments to tell me how I can make this better and how I can be more engaging. Please like, sub, share. I'm out of here. We got another one.